rad world? Welcome back to another episode of Spoiling Dead, the show where we talk about the latest Walking Dead episode. This episode is brought to you by Parallels, the insane, the thrilling, upcoming horror feature with Conduct, Red Entertainment. So our campaign is running to its closing. We have probably now about 34 hours left. So if you'd like to get involved, go to indiegogo.com, search Parallels, and we have a lot of cool perks. And you can also see in the description below with all of that information. I'm your host, Rebekah Erb. I'm with my dudes, Tony Walters and Daniel Murphy, and let's get this conversation started. Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
Did you have a good day today?
I did.
Yeah?
Wasn't too bad for a Monday.
That's good.
How about you?
Not too bad. I got a little late start on things that I should have been doing, but,
it happens.
So far so good. Tony, how's your day going?
It's been long and stressful, and work has been crazy, but I'm here and ready to talk about The Walking Dead.
Woo, 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 which was long and stressful.
Which was long. I mean, it was really good, though.
And very good. We got to watch it in an interesting way because we were about 8 minutes running to the screening of the latest episode. So that was interesting. But where we started off of was Carol at Daryl's camp area and having a moment with Ezekiel, which was very refreshing. And I kind of thought that was going to be their moment. But
they had a moment.
They did have a moment. Yeah. So I am thankful and happy, and just hopefully she's not just doing it because she's having some issues right now. But even though his future is kind of not for sure.
Right.
But I hope they're back together. I hope that they have reconciled and done with their
I've been there.
their separation.
I
think what it is Carol's doing a bit like what Daryl seems to be doing, but she's doing it more intentionally, is that she's basically just making sure everyone's cool. And
she's getting all of her peace.
Getting her ducks in a row and saying goodbye, kind of,
I got that feeling too.
Because she's going after Alpha no matter how it turns out.
But I'm trying to tell myself, she just went through a traumatic thing. She's very sorry for what she's done, so she wants to make sure that she tells the people that she loves them. Sorry.
Right.
Not meaning that this is just a
too.
hint that she's going to die, because I cannot accept the idea of Carol dying.
Well,
I will freak out.
That
she's
too.
Dead. She's totally dead.
I can't handle it. My heart won't be able to take it.
Yeah, she's on the list.
Like, Glenn happened.
She's on the list.
Glenn happened, and that was rough.
And they showed Glenn.
I know.
Yeah.
And then
He's
Carl
like,
happened, and that was even more rough.
Right.
Carol has always been a favorite of mine, and it's very sad to see her as she is right now, because we know her as, like, the badass. So, yeah.
I don't know necessarily that she will die, but I feel like she feels like she might.
Well, I think,
So.
from what's going on, they all do.
Yeah.
Like, this was a very depressing episode, I feel like.
It was, but it would be how it would be. I mean, with the uncertainty of what happened and the reason, she caused that accident in the first place, and she's just been a little bit, and she hasn't been herself lately ever since the kid died. So she's a little one-track mind, but she knows what she's capable of, but she also knows what could happen, and she's just trying to make sure she does it in a way where she doesn't hurt any more people.
Trying, much like the Smith guy said, I can't think of his name. He's like, do whatever you got to do to get your head on straight, because we're going to war.
Right.
And that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
And, so I think as we saw in the episode, like, this is a battle to be
It's probably
told,
the most
like,
nerve-wracking one because of the numbers.
Yeah.
And then, we'll get to it. But, of course, then how it played out. Like, they've clearly been outsmarted and have been from the get-go.
Yeah, it was interesting because, like I said, we were about 8 minutes late to the screening. But it came to that part to where they were, catapulting those things. And we're what are these? That's so weird. So we didn't know what they were. Like, where was this this coming from? And then after Talking Dead, we were able to catch what the beginning was. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And they showed that at the beginning.
The
At the beginning, I
bladders,
had the same thing. I
right.
was like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
Like, that's
but
interesting.
then when the catapults came out, I was like, oh, wow, okay, that's cool.
Did you know
but
that
there,
sap
I was
was...
gonna say, but the sap is the sap's flammable.
I would have to
Flammable?
Google it. Maybe there's types of sap. Maybe pine sap might be flammable. I know pine
Okay,
trees.
Google.
Here we go.
Is sap flammable?
I would think there'd be some truth to it.
Pine sap salve. Pine trees ooze resin when
Yeah.
they get damaged. Do not heat the pine sap directly
Pine trees are scary when you
because
when
it
they
is
catch fire.
highly flammable.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I feel like the sap had to be.
Yep.
It looked
It's
like they
interesting.
mixed the saps with something because it was
A little bit thinner.
But I mean, there you go. So it was cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I like that effect.
And the fact that here's what's cool about this: the Whisperers are just people that blend in with zombies and walk around in these hordes and get around. And
Yeah.
now we find out they have caves, but now we also find out they have these crazy skills, like for
like
for battles.
survivor, like
Yeah. So it's
skills
like they
and
have done
warrior
this
skills.
before.
Right.
If they had to do
right.
it.
What did Norman Reedus say on Talking Dead? He said that they're like Game of Thrones, but like trashy.
Yeah, it's like
Oh yeah. Like because he was talking about like all the weapons that they're using and his Morning Star, and he was like, it was like Game of Thrones.
I mean,
but
it's
made
headed
with
that way.
trash, is what he said. I think.
the electric power lines were a lot
Oh,
underwhelming,
very
but I think
cool.
that was the point. I liked
Yeah,
when
that-
the
that
head
was the
came
point.
off. That was one of the coolest
Very
zombie kills
cool.
I've seen.
Absolutely.
And then when it just fizzled out, and Eugene was just
It
like,
made me think of the thing that they did when they were still dealing with the saviors, and they had the cars, and they mowed down the
Oh,
huge
yeah,
herd.
I
Kind of
remember
reminded me of
that.
that. But it was really nice seeing Eugene's skills again.
yeah, he's
You know,
been
because I
working
feel
on
like
stuff.
we see the little like Eugene clips, but we haven't gotten
But
the
couldn't
part of
it have-
Eugene that we love the
maybe
most.
it could have been a little bit better had he not been distracted recently.
Distracted by this lover, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Goodness gracious, something is going on there. Do you trust her? Do you
I
guys trust her?
If I didn't know what the comic book bit
Comment
was,
below.
I would say that I wouldn't trust it.
So did you like just see like a comic book like post
Just
or whatever, and
recently
you
I
read
saw
about it?
a thing about who she is in the comics, and I'm like, I don't normally read those, but
Right,
I read
right.
this one. I'm like,
There's been
It's good,
some that
it's good,
I have
but-
read on. Like I was too curious on Negan's backstory, so I
Right.
read on his.
Right.
But this one particularly, I think I would like to be
yeah,
surprised.
no.
So please don't tell me.
I know in the episode that one Rosita, I think, said, "Oh, you got a friend at Oceanside," and that made me think, oh, is she from Oceanside? Because she said something to her.
But if
just
she was from
assuming.
Oceanside, they would already at least know of each other. Maybe
They
not
should,
directly and by
and
names,
I
but they
didn't
would know
think-
the areas, right?
Because at the time when I saw the episode last night, I didn't know this. So at the time, I'm like, well, I was thinking of things like that through.
Right,
like,
right.
Why would they be against talking on the radio? Because that's how they communicate, you know. So.
Right.
but-
So since Rosita kind of seems like, oh, is she like from Oceanside? And she does not, thinking that this is a completely new person with a
Well,
new group.
right.
Do you think she would have acted differently
Yeah.
if she knew that
That's
this
why,
was like?
luckily, he got away with it. I mean, almost.
And
didn't he?
now there is like a blind date set up
Maybe, unless he
by
dies.
the river. Is that what she said? By something river?
He's in the same
One
group that Daryl's
mile.
in, right?
Yeah.
He's in the same situation as Daryl.
But
Yeah,
that's
he
what
could
he
die.
needed. He's totally gonna survive
Well, he's
because
got
this
something to
was
fight
his.
That's
for.
what I mean.
Exactly.
He's gonna survive. He
Because
has
you
to
saw the switch
to
in
see
him. Like
this
you
happen.
totally saw. Yeah.
Right, but he could also die because he has something to fight for.
But this is the next piece of like the story. He's surviving.
From
He's gonna
what-
go on this
right.
date,
She's
and
a
there's
big deal in
shit
the
that's
story.
gonna happen.
She is a big deal. In
Now,
Yeah, you
Rosita will
know.
go
I
and
do
meet
know.
the woman instead because he'll be dead, and then, then they'll fall in love.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. It's
I
like,
wish I
yeah.
didn't know what I knew.
Yeah, because now
'Cause you
you're
wanna
in
talk
on
about
it,
it.
and yeah, you can't like think of
It brings back an old person that's been gone for a while.
Heath.
Oh.
It's not Heath.
That's not Heath.
Dang it.
She doesn't look
Where
anything
is
like
Heath?
Heath.
So Eugene is connecting with this mysterious woman, and like we touched up on before, Carol is, connecting with all of those people,
Right.
which is like super heartbreaking, and then even more so with Daryl. oh my goodness, the conversation with Ezekiel was very good writing. Like the way that he worded the things was like, yeah, like I believed every single thing that he was saying and believed that that is exactly what Daryl would say
totally
to Ezekiel in this.
He's totally just who
yeah.
he just is himself now.
Because right. But how heartbreaking and scary and like nervous wracking of him saying, like, hey, I'm going down. If any one of us going down, I am, and you're taking the kids. Like that was their pre-planned. You know what I mean? And then leading into the conversation with Judith.
Oh yeah, like
little ass kicker. That's what he used to call her. It's just
and then
like
she fixed his vest for him and painted the wing back on.
Yeah.
Oh my heart. I don't know. And then I think that this was in the sneak peek on Talking Dead. It was time to evacuate. Ezekiel had the kids. He was making his way out, and then noticed that Judith is gone. So she's probably out being a little badass kicker lady, little girl.
But how do you know? She might save the day.
I mean, probably, because are they really gonna kill Judith?
They're not going to kill Judith.
I effing hope not.
She's going to save the day.
She seems pretty
still,
safe,
we've got Michonne. She's going to show up at some point.
She's gotta.
And this connection, I don't think the connection thing with Eugene and this other person's going to come into play with the battle.
Right, I don't think so either.
I think that's later.
Right. I think at this point, it has to be either Michonne coming back for a Deus Ex Machina, or Negan coming in and having his plan go the way that he wanted it, and then saving them.
I think Negan's still. I mean, with her, he's got to sell it because she can see right through people.
Which in the episode, did he actually ever shoot an arrow? I don't think he did.
I think you see him pull back in formation, and then the arrows went, but I don't know if he shot one. If he did, he could have just shot it over,
Right. I don't think he did.
He wasn't trained in archery, you know what I mean? So he could have just half-assed one. I don't think Negan is on the Whisperer side at all.
Right.
I still don't.
So
in this episode, they made him look like he absolutely was, and I'm not.
Exactly. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because before when they decided, like, okay, we got to get out, try and move to Alexandria or wherever they were going, and they couldn't. It was very, very interesting seeing. Do I need to talk in?
I mean, you could not break the fourth wall and just
Camera one.
You just do your
Camera
thing, and I'll do my
Camera
thing.
two.
I was just adjusting this.
Okay. Woo. Okay, so I loved when they're trying to leave, and then there's the two walkers hanging, and the log in the middle, and Daryl, who's like, Negan's with Alpha.
He knew it was Negan because
and
Negan did
that.
Do you remember?
So
she had to remind me, but yeah.
That comes back to what
I
he's.
love that
but your
callback.
theory, does that shoot your theory?
I don't think so. I don't.
That he let Negan out.
I think that he might have let Negan out, but when he was like, but he's immediately like, Negan's with Alpha. Like maybe he wasn't. Maybe he let him out, but didn't expect him to go straight to the enemy.
But
like
that could have been Negan's signal.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Absolutely.
Because that's what we're trying to figure out. Was his reaction saying Negan's with Alpha now a good thing, or was it Negan's with Alpha now? Oh shit, we're fucked.
No.
Right.
Because I felt like they played it in the middle pretty well.
I think
there.
it was a little clue, like a little.
I think if you think
I got your back.
Yeah, I think if you think Negan's on the dark side, you could read into that and go, oh, see, Daryl thinks he's on the dark side. But if you think he's on the positive side, you could read that and go.
It's clever, right?
I think
it's
clever.
clever.
I think it plays the balance really well.
I agree. But I'm excited to see Negan save the day.
So with that, whether it being like Negan saving the day, which I really freaking hope. So I actually kind of think I hope it's both. Michonne coming in for a cool Deus Ex Machina thing, and then also Negan playing out with his plan.
She's gonna show up for sure.
Either way, Hilltop is completely screwed.
Oh, for sure.
It's burned down, and they were even saying in the conversation before, you've been out there scouting for how long? How many miles have you traveled? Is there anything else better than Hilltop? And Aaron was like, no, there's not. So what are they going to do?
Eugene's girlfriend will answer all of this.
You think so?
I know so. I wish you
Okay.
wanted to know how I know so, because I know so. But they're definitely setting up a whole
nother
next
thing.
chapter.
A whole new world.
A whole new world.
A dashing place for you and me.
No more zombies to eat our brains and guts. Okay.
Wrong show.
So they're back, and whether Negan was leaving like a clue or a hey, fuck you thing, now they're in formation.
You sold me back on it's a
and
clue.
the Horde.
I'm back on Team Negan for sure.
Me too.
I feel like
me
that's
too.
his, like, if he was able to convince
Totally.
her to allow them to do that, he's in deep enough with
Totally.
Alpha to where it's like, we got her.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. For her to do something so loud and visible is huge for her,
It's
because
not
she's
her.
all about staying
Right.
within, a wallflower type situation.
I'm down to see this
But,
happen.
Like, so they can't even go back inside now, because now that the Horde has broken almost its first, has it broken the second
They
barrier?
don't have
Are they
any-
through that little fence
They're
now?
pretty well through those
Okay.
stick things. They made like
Okay.
those really tight barricades. And then behind them is on fire, and they
So
look
they're really
like
just
they
like
have
in a
nowhere to go.
circle of fire.
Yeah, they're pretty well.
Right.
I don't see a way out of it unless there's some outside help, because of all those zombies.
I mean, there's just nothing.
There's
like,
no way to get out of that.
So do you think she's going like full force, her whole horde, or should she just keep like
There was a clue
grab a
earlier.
couple thousand?
No, there was a
just
clue
for
earlier
this or
that
something.
they said something about how I think it was Lydia said something like she's just gonna plow right through you. She said something like that. It's like literally that's what they're doing. They're just gonna
like
take the whole place
she's
down.
done.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
no
remember
more.
season
She's just
2?
gonna.
Remember season 2 how the Horde just ripped out the farmhouse at the end of
Yeah.
season 2?
It's just done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's like that's
It's like
that's
that.
what a Horde can do.
Yeah.
A Horde can take out a city
Even if there's
it's
fire,
big enough.
they'll keep going
Right,
until
right.
they just. But there's plenty more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're just gonna literally just demolish that place.
So, I have a random, totally weird thing. Is there a character named Annie?
Annie, yeah, the name Annie rings a bell.
Because if you look at the paintings,
Are you okay? Are you okay,
if
Annie?
you look at the paintings,
On the walls. Isn't
they're all
Annie-
signed by Annie, A-N-N-E.
Isn't Annie's the taller girl who came in with the group who's with the two are missing right now?
But what I'm saying
That's
is,
Annie, yeah.
I mean, why is Annie painting pictures of Glenn?
Maybe.
Annie. There's Beth
Is this just an
and
Easter
Maggie.
egg, perhaps?
Annie.
Isn't Annie the taller girl in the newer
Well,
group?
she could have like.
No,
She-
there's Magna.
Not Magna.
Not Magna.
It had to have been somebody that had talked to Maggie when Maggie was still around, because those are the paintings that Maggie hung up
you'll
when
have
that
to Google
became
it.
her office.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Good.
That
good,
is kind of neat.
Good catch. Another like cool we didn't catch, but we were told in Talking Dead, and it was a fun like little thing like that. Negan's mask being
Norman's face. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then when they held it up, it's like, it really
it is, yeah.
In the show, you
so
couldn't
cool.
tell a bit. But when they held it up, yeah, you could tell.
I
that was
love like
his
little
cast.
things like that.
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
so
neat.
cool.
That is cool.
So cool.
Annie is Jadis.
Jadis.
Annie, also known by the alias Jadis, is the main character in Former
Right.
And
We
she
knew
had that
'cause she's-
room where she was like she had like her
She
little art.
was an art
painted
thing,
them.
yeah, and she had switched her. She tried to switch her name from Jadis to.
Right before she stole Rick, you mean?
Yep.
'Cause She's,
Cool,
she's
good
definitely
little
going to be
find.
popping back up at some point.
Whether it's like here in the series or the movie, of course the movie, because
The
we're getting
movie,
a Rick
I feel
movie.
like that'd be.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the only thing that can save him now is, I don't know, somebody coming in on a helicopter.
Well, that and they're very lucky to have Mary and Lydia, because at least they know the tactics
Right.
that she uses
Yeah,
and
but-
everything.
Right now,
I mean, what
unless
is
you
that gonna
just try
do?
and blend into the horde, like, where are they going to go?
Right now, I mean, maybe through the tunnels
Did
in
they
the
build
ground.
a tunnel? I just thought of that too when you said that. I'm thinking, like,
Like maybe they're
there
gonna
is
go
a
through the
tunnel.
grave.
Can they get back to it where they're at?
I mean, that's where the Horde's at though, too, right? Is in that tunnel.
I mean,
Partially.
they have a
I feel
back
like
door
they got 'em out of the
escape
tunnel.
where the logs are, and they open it, and the lid has like logs stuck to it, and they go out underneath the fence. They have that.
I mean, I'm sure, but
but
I mean,
I don't
but,
think
as soon-
that's
but,
gonna
but
do
when they get outside
anything.
the walls, it doesn't really
they're
matter
outside,
because
yeah.
they all the
Because-
roads are blocked. I mean, they can foot it, but
Right.
they're a huge
But
group.
there's zombies.
Well, and they probably have groups of whispers on every
Oh, for sure.
area to go.
They've got. You can tell
Interesting.
They got their asses covered.
So at this point, like you had mentioned, you said they're going to need a helicopter. And we've seen helicopters before in this show, guys.
I know, but I'm just spitting things out like this.
Is it come again?
You gotta
like
think.
You think?
You gotta think of crazy things to figure out how they're gonna get out of this.
Right.
Because they're not just gonna.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's Negan. I think that Negan is gonna pull back.
But what's he gonna do?
I mean,
how do you think he's gonna handle it?
He can kill Alpha and become the new one.
But right now, to stop what's happening, literally the danger that's in front of them, how's that going to get stopped?
Because how is he, even if he did that right then and there, the turnaround that he's going to have to do would be crazy. Yeah, I don't think they would be able to.
I feel like you're right about the ultimate thing, but the actual
like here and now,
with that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Horde though, they're only really coming from one direction.
They were coming from straight up.
And
but to me, it felt like the zombies were here, and the fire was here.
Right, really but I mean, if you saw the trailer for next week's episode, I mean, they're in the daylight. Somewhere. It's burned down. I mean, it's like they're just getting. They're just running.
Clips of
they're just running to the
Right,
woods.
I must not have watched that.
And then they had they even had like the later sneak peek. I mean, where you kind of see a little bit more of the battle there and like the
right.
But I mean, we know
the battle and them trying to escape. But as far as like, there was a little clips of like showing that some had survived, so that was like a little disappointing to see. But even so,
I hate
like
that when they do that. Like this could be a good moment. Like
right.
You know what's gonna happen? A CGI deer is gonna come in. They're gonna ride off.
Hey, we had some CGI rats, and they looked incredibly.
They looked good.
They looked way better than the deer.
They looked really
good.
The
CGI thing we talked about earlier with the electric fence looked great.
Yeah, absolutely. But I did like, speaking of about the rat part, like that was a nice little touch. I was hoping to see like other animals, like maybe like a raccoon and a possum here and there or something.
True.
But the amount of rats, you would think it was like Indiana Jones when they're in the sewers down there. Like that setting seems more sense.
Wouldn't you think they would have already ate all the rats?
Well, I think rats are probably are more difficult for a zombie to grab them.
Right.
No, I mean the humans, the Whisperers. What are they eating?
Right. I mean, they're also eating rats probably too.
Worms,
but rats, they can knock out rats like this.
Or maybe they don't eat rats. Maybe they're too smart to eat rats. Rats carry disease. True. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you're not.
Now we're on
I know they eat worms because they mentioned like, there was like a
they eat CGI deer. See, that's why they have to fake the deer. They've ate them all.
So many crazy stuff. I'm nervous and excited,
I'm just ready
and I'm
for
just
next
so
week
happy.
already.
For sure.
I am too, and I'm been the notorious like hater of this show, but
I know
last
it's nice
night
to
was
have you on
probably
board.
my most favorite episode that I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah,
good
it was
drama.
very good.
Good drama.
It was.
It feels like it was getting loosey goosey, and it's like the Saw franchise. The first few are actually really great, right? The story's good. There's a lot of good shit, and then they just I don't need to answer that, and they go about the business. And now I feel like they got it tight again, like it's. And I'm ready. I'm really ready for what's coming because it's gonna get really exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
If they stick to the comic book.
Well, I guess we'll see.
See, I'm kind of damned for reading that now.
I know, like it's
really?
disappointing because it's nice to like try and come up with our guesses.
Because it's so good that they almost have to be keep.
They have to keep it that way.
Because it just makes sense.
I'm anxious.
We've got somebody in the comments that wants to know. Can Michonne leave the show without taking the children with her?
Right.
Like, is that
of
something that can happen?
Of course not. Like,
unless she dies.
That would be the only way.
But
because those are literally her children. Like she's coming back.
No,
she didn't leave.
Her plans to come back.
For good,
I feel like she is going to come back.
That's a good question.
Because she went for
she's
weapons
got more
and she went
too.
for help, right? So she's definitely coming back, and then she'll have her exit moment, whatever that is. And
if that's
again,
gonna happen.
knowing what I think I know now, I feel like it's all going to be tied into that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think.
What if? And the movie.
Well, she's got a question in here too that I think probably plays into what you're thinking over there, maybe a little bit, which is Stephanie from the Commonwealth.
Well, that's
yes, she is. And who else is there?
Right. Probably Maggie. Yeah.
Right.
We know that.
We know that. Yeah.
So.
Well, which is what I was thinking. Either the Commonwealth or the New World Order thing were the two things.
I still feel like that's where Rick's gone.
Yeah, I think Rick is probably New World Order.
The Commonwealth is the people.
Okay,
the people with the records and all that.
Yeah.
That's where she's from.
Yeah, and
so here's the thing with the Commonwealth. It's not like groups of places like we're used to, and them thinking this is as big as it gets. The Commonwealth's an actual like. I mean,
it's a network of
yeah,
villages
it's like
and towns.
A massive thing.
Cool.
But then again, the New World Order is supposed to be big.
New World Order is like the government.
Like
yeah. But that I feel like that's where
interesting. I'm happy to see that that's coming into play now.
And I feel like
because it's been a while since we've seen Georgia, right? Georgina.
Georgina.
That's what happens when I don't have notes, guys.
Yeah, man, I can't remember names very good.
And the twins, those are really cool characters.
They're all coming back, and
I know Maggie's supposed to.
Right. But again, is this going to be her last episode again, last season, or is she back in it? You reckon?
Whichever I would be fine with, like, because it would be nice
somebody
to
just
see.
Called me out.
Oh,
it would be nice to see her again.
Somebody called you out.
It's fine. You can see the bathroom in the close-up cam.
Oh man, is the door open?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go shut that because we usually have it shut.
As long as Tony's underwear is not on the floor. All the lights on in there.
It's Georgie.
Georgie.
Yes, it's Georgie. And
with the bathroom.
Matt.
A friend, obviously. Someone that
Matt.
loves you.
He texted me and said, "Hey, is that the toilet in the close-up cam?"
Thanks, Matt. Which is like my face, toilet.
Oh,
Right.
this camera. Got
It's this camera.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see
when we're about to end the show.
where it's going to go.
I am too.
That's why I don't think it matters that
Absolutely.
stuff gets burned down, because there is a place
There's
they're gonna
something
be
that they
able
can
to go
do.
to.
Interesting. So we're gonna see it this season for sure.
I think it's coming
this point.
towards the end of the season. I think we're going to see the end of the Whisperers.
Like that might be like the cliffhanger to this season is
because
kind
once
of
you kill the main two Whisperers, the rest of the threat's gone, isn't
Oh,
it?
absolutely.
The girl who's been asking questions, her name is Atheist Girl on YouTube. She and Matt says smooth, by
Good
the way.
name.
But she says that she doesn't understand how Michonne could leave the show and Judith stay. What if they both die?
I mean, I
if all the
agree with you.
Grimes
Like,
are
if
just
Michonne is
They've
leaving,
gotta kill off
Judith
a lot
is
of
leaving.
people. Yeah, they got to
But the only way that Michonne is leaving without Judith and JR is if she's dead. Like, that's the thing, because she's a good mom. That's only going to be the thing. Or unless they're all dead. And I don't think they're going to kill Judith
and
because
you got
that's
Daryl
thing.
to be the new dad figure.
I
if
think
you need
we
to.
might be seeing the end of Daryl.
What's the name of the place
I don't
that
know.
Michonne went? Was it called Blood Island or something? Or
You-
Death Island? Or what was it
I
called?
honestly don't remember what that place was called.
Yeah.
But
this place she's going to is secluded by water, right? That's what she said.
Right.
So, and if it's an island, it can't be very big, right? If it's an already discovered island, obviously, in the world.
Yeah, and it's like seems like an island. Like, I mean, I guess it is off the ocean.
And they got to keep coming in and out for supplies, right? So this place
Right.
isn't very small, but I mean, there's got to be something there that's important enough for her to go
sure,
leave.
to leave.
So
yeah.
I mean, is it something where she's going to take the kids with her, or and then maybe another time jump and they just age, or is she gonna? I don't know. I just don't feel like Michonne's gonna die.
Has there anybody?
Knowing that Rick's still out there.
Hey,
like,
this is funny because Lindsay and Atheist Girl, both at almost the exact same time here, have commented. Lindsay said if she hears that Rick is still alive,
right?
And then Atheist Girl said she'll find a clue that Rick is still alive.
Right.
They commented at the exact same time.
Oh, nice,
That's what's gonna happen. That's why I feel like
Great
Michonne
minds
isn't
think
gonna
alike.
die, because they're not gonna leave this Rick thing hanging that we all know about. That
If he
Michonne
can't
knows.
reconnect with
Right.
his family
So
again, like
either
it's gonna be like the beginning of this whole story.
So do you think
but
then
with that,
Blood Island is where Jadis went with the helicopter?
I
Think
don't.
about helicopter island. They're on an island.
Right.
Yeah,
that would. I mean.
yeah, that
But
makes
is this
sense.
place big
and
enough
that's
for
why,
that?
And that makes sense of why this whole New World Order is so large and like established, is because they're on a fucking island.
But
with, like,
I don't
you know
think
what I
that's New
mean?
World Order, because
don't
they
think
wouldn't be
so?
sending one or two guys out to scavenge for supplies
Each
if that's
time,
the
because
case.
they've already been
Right.
there.
So what I'm
That's
saying
right,
is,
that's
do you
right.
think maybe Rick is not with New World Order? Maybe Rick's on this island.
I think that we're not going to find that out.
No, I
in
know
the
we're
show.
not. I know
I
we're
think
not.
that it'll it's going to come back to the movie, and then maybe that's where Michonne, we'll even touch base back up with
the
Michonne.
movie
Who
might
knows?
be what actually gives us a lot of these answers. Like
Right.
we know that there's multiple places out there.
Right.
The group's talking amongst themselves about how it doesn't get any better than this. There can't be anything else out there. So, I mean, obviously, we're about to see
how that's
one
not
of the
true,
places,
right?
which I think the Commonwealth for sure would be the first thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we'll see the Commonwealth on the show, and then New World Order probably in the movie.
But a place that big has to be connected to other places, right? Wouldn't you know?
You would
Wouldn't
think
you think
so.
that maybe they would know about?
You
New
think the
World
island
Order?
or the
Commonwealth?
Commonwealth? The Commonwealth probably
They're
knows
probably
about. Yeah,
controlled
I
by
think
them
so.
Somehow.
I think- yeah, I think so. I
It's like
think
a
they're probably
stepping
controlled by
stone.
them.
Like we're gonna go from our small world to this even bigger world. Maybe
Right.
that's where she'll see or hear
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
other place
Right.
and of
They're just
Jadis
a
and like
speck.
something.
They're just a
and,
dot.
Right.
Right.
You know, this
Yeah,
group
see,
of
this
people
is
that we followed for
them
all this
burning
time
down
were
Hilltop
nothing.
forces them
Right.
to get to the bigger world
Yep,
now.
yep,
Because
yep.
otherwise they'd have stayed
So
there
then
forever.
what happens to
Also,
Oceanside and
just give us
Alexandria?
less
Do
of
they
them.
just scoop everybody up and leave? or
Alexandria is already pretty much screwed, right? Like,
There's not.
No, there's still
There's not
still.
many of them there.
I don't think
is there
there's
in
nobody there,
Alexandria?
right? They all went to Hilltop, didn't they?
Oh my gosh, did they?
I'm pretty sure, didn't they? Didn't
I
they all
don't-
go to Hilltop?
I know.
I don't
well,
think
I don't think
so.
so
I don't
either.
think
But
so.
I can't remember what the heck happened to him. Who's missing?
Huh?
Who's gone?
As far as the main characters, nobody.
yeah, so nobody we care about.
I don't
They
think
could have
so.
already trampled that place. Like
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
still like a running thing.
Yeah, they
I don't-
mentioned
I think
about
that's why-
being
I mean,
nobody else is coming because of whatever the reason was.
Right.
they
Well, I
said.
mean, Michonne brought her group
No.
to Hilltop, dropped them off, then went to Oceanside, and then went on her little adventure.
No, because Beta,
Beta went into
No,
Hilltop
Beta
and
went
killed
into
everybody.
Hilltop.
Beta, are you sure that
Positive.
was Hilltop?
Because that's where the jail was. That's where Judith was.
Yeah, that's Alexandria.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So now everybody's
so
here.
now everybody's at Hilltop.
Yeah, they left that place, right?
But I think there's still some people at Alexandria. I think only some left Alexandria. Like those main people that
I'm
we see now.
confused.
I think there's still people at Alexandria. And of course, Oceanside.
Yeah. There's
So-
people at
Oceanside
Oceanside. sure.
definitely couldn't get to him.
So now I'm just curious if they would go along with to the Commonwealth. But do we have any
I
other
feel like
more
they're all going.
comments?
I feel like
Oh,
they're all
yeah.
gonna go.
I would think so.
Daniel Goad says that he misses us.
Aw,
Oh,
I
we
miss
miss
you.
And Lindsay said that she doesn't think that everybody went to Hilltop, and that
who
Alexandria is on lockdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did
yeah.
say that. So who of them
Yeah.
of importance is there?
I don't think anybody that I can think of, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
There's like
Gabriel?
featured extras, whatever. Oh, Gabriel
Gabriel's
probably.
there.
Yeah.
Gabriel's there.
There you
Of
go.
course he is.
Of
Some
course he
other-
is.
Some other main people, like, that
Yeah.
are like supporting actors that we've seen often.
Yes.
But yeah,
Gabriel. There you go.
Gabriel.
fun stuff to look forward to. What do you have going on in your life, Daniel?
Like on a personal level or on like a fun level?
However you would like to share with us.
Oh my God,
We're filming some stuff for Death Care this weekend. I've
Whoop,
got to do the Hooper thing
That's exciting.
with Monique Dupree, who looks amazing. I can't wait to see her in person. Meet her.
I had like
work
a
with her.
total moment where I just like on Punk Drunk Love, where I'm just like, Monique Dupree is one badass. I am so excited to meet her, and
Yeah.
had a little
She's,
little
she
thing.
seems so nice too. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
she does.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Death Care, your upcoming horror grindhouse feature with HM&M Films,
Yeah.
Red Entertainment,
Yeah,
Cameron
Cameron
Scott.
Scott. It's gonna be good. It's got something for everybody.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
definitely a.
It's nothing like anything
Nah,
we've
it's-
ever
I
done.
like the
before.
tone of it because it's
Yeah.
not completely
It's a
It's a
campy,
good
tone,
but
tone.
it has
It's a good
like
color.
it has
I like
fun
the
to it.
color
Right.
palette that you guys chose
We're
for
just
this.
trying
It
to like
is.
put randomness out. That's like, how could these things possibly be connected? But the story's great.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, so that's
Very
gonna be
cool.
fun.
Tony, what do you got going on in your life?
Kind of the same thing. I'm shooting that this weekend.
right. I mean, I ask like I don't already know.
Right.
That's what a good host does, Becca.
Yeah. I'm shooting that this
I
weekend.
played along like I didn't think you knew.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. Parallels is almost up as far as the Indiegogo campaign is
Yeah,
concerned.
we have
So
like
if you'd like to contribute to that, you can check
34
it out.
hours.
Yeah, check that out in the
TikTok.
description. There's a link there. You can pick up some sweet perks while they last.
Perks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty much all I got going on that I can think of currently.
Awesome. I'll tell you guys what I have going on.
Yeah, let's hear it. What do you got going on?
You can tell this camera right here.
So I have various things. You know, I will be around helping with the death care shoot, of course, and, you know, of course, like the parallels. But I also am an actress. So I have a few auditions that I'm excited to put out there and hopefully hear something, you know, back from them. Also, Midwest Action Fest coming Saturday, May 2nd at Merrimack Cinemas in Logansport, Indiana. We just locked in all of our official selections, all of them. They're all locked in. We have like everybody and everything planned, and we're gonna be like sharing that soon with you guys. So fun things happening, fun things for sure. So thank you for tuning in to Spoiling Dead, and you know we're back every Monday, 6 Eastern, 5 Central,
6-ish. Today was a little late.
We're really busy people. We have a lot going on. A lot of projects.
And it's Monday.
And it's Monday.
So, yes.
Good things. If you have any questions or want to bring up cool theories of yours, put them in the comments below. If you want to donate to Parallels, there's the description down there and all of that fun stuff. And be on the lookout for behind the scenes for our death care shoot this weekend. And
big shout out to everybody in the comment section.
Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in.
Come back next
Had some
Monday.
nice chat going on today.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.